Hi Anna, how are you?
Good.
Anna, thank you so much for having me here. I am so excited and to get your property ready for the market and getting it sold.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm still selling because, the market is really bad. And I just thinking it would be probably better to wait.
Okay, so when we spoke yesterday, or I believe this morning, you had mentioned that you want to sell, you have a 6 months time frame to get out of here, and you wanted to start marketing your home so you don't have to delay your move, right?
Yeah, but it's just that it didn't sell for a long time, and then I'm looking at my neighbors, and they have their properties out there for sale as well, and it's not selling. It just doesn't look like it's a very good market. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a very good price for a property, so I feel like it would probably be better to just wait for next year.
I understand. I totally understand that. I mean, you were able to look at your neighbors' properties on the market, and you're not seeing a lot of activity, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Anna, I'm not sure if you receive, I mean, if you usually check the market updates in your specific neighborhood, do you?
No, it just looks like nothing is really selling, and the prices are they're not getting a very good price for the property. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. So do you check the activities on Zillow?
No, not really.
Where do you check the activities? Where where do
Just
you check the market update?
looking at the houses down the street that has a sign in the front yard and see how they're just not selling for a very long time. So it just doesn't look like it's very good. And the last agent I had, we had it listed for 385 and it just didn't sell for almost 6 months. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like it is a very good market. So yeah, I think maybe we can revisit this next year.
I understand. Based on your explanation, you just, so what I'm hearing you saying is that you just check your neighbors, you see that the sun is still up, so you just say like, okay, probably, it's not, they are not selling. You were not able to sell when you want to market, so that's why maybe you like, okay, this is not the right market at the mo for you at the moment, right? So no, I agree with you. If I was at your position, I would have thought the exact same thing. But Anna, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be of service today. And I know your time is very valuable. So this meeting should take about 20 minutes or less, depending on how many questions you might have. So Anna, I just wanted to, I know we didn't have enough time to speak over the phone, but I just wanted to share with you that there are usually three reasons why a property doesn't sell. So the reason why your neighbor's property didn't sell might be another reason. The reason why your property didn't sell might be also another reason. There's a lot of factors involved into the selling process of a property. And also, I highly recommend that. I mean, I'm gonna send you a link where you can, sign up for it. You are going to get weekly report, market report every single month, every single week, depending on your preferences. So you can keep an eye on other properties nearby, not just on your street, because it's very important. Just briefly going over our area. In the past 6 months, because I was able to do more extended research, and usually takes me about 2 to 4 hours sometimes to have, put all the knowledge together, analyze the market in our area. And I'm sure that's the kind of agent you would love to work with, someone who do the due diligence and takes time to analyze the market, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. So in the past 6 months here in the area of Forney, we had uh, three properties that expired. We have four canceled, and we have 18, I'm sorry, we have 24 sold and 18 active listings. So based on what I just share with you. you can see that we have more properties selling, less property expired, less property canceled, and we also have properties on the market. So sellers are still selling. You can see that based on the numbers that I share, meaning that, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of factors that's going to affect a single property not to sell. So the
Mhm.
market, the condition of the market is very strong, is very solid for 2025, having 24 in the past 6 months sold. There is activity. And I am going to share with you, again, there are going to be two things that's going to happen at the end. You might like the marketing, the plan that I have to get it sold, because I am confident I can get it sold. We can go ahead and sign the paperwork and then move with the sale of your property. Or you can decide not to sell with me or not to work with me or just wait. That's really up to you. I'm not here to force your hands or have you do something that you don't want to do. So I'm going to share with you what I have been doing to get properties sold in this area in 2025, not 2024. First, I wanted to mention that, first of all, I wanted to share with you that eXp Realty has been the number one brokerage in transaction 3 years in a row in 2024. This information is very, very important. For why? Because we wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have the strategy, the knowledge, the tools to be able to sell houses. So it doesn't matter if your home you cancel the contract, expired, didn't sell, it's hard, the condition is bad. It doesn't matter. We have everything that we need to get any kind of property sold in 2025. In my career, I have helped over 45 families, and out of those 45 families, I have 30 expire listings. Is that something that you'll be interested in, like an agent who specializes in in the kind of property that you kind of seller that you are, like expire listing?
Yeah, I mean, since my property didn't sell for almost 6 months, I kind of just canceled the contract. But I can see that it's similar to a contract that would have been expired for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So basically, my niche is helping people like you who were not able to sell their property with another agent. Like the agent just failed them. And based on our conversation, there are a couple of things that you mentioned that I can see why you were able to you were working with a very passive agent. And by the way, Anna, do you know the difference between passive agent and active agent?
Um, Somewhat. Yeah, somewhat. The last company kind of just put the listing on the website and didn't show any buyer the house.
Yeah.
So that's probably a more passive agent.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, like you mentioned, I mean, I'm not here to say anything wrong about your previous agent. I believe that anyone is doing their best based on their knowledge. But a passive agent would just maybe take pictures or low quality pictures, put on Zillow, on MLS, and just hope and pray that a broker will come with the buyer. However, an active agent is someone who's already have the tools, the marketing in plan, and knows what they are doing, who also are going to actively working to bring buyers to your property. Because at the end of the day, you need a buyer for your home. You just don't want to have your home looking cute on the market. Is that right?
Right. I mean, the purpose of putting it on the market is to sell the home. So, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm here not to list your home. I'm here to get it sold. Now, I just wanted to share with you this. Sorry. I wanted to share with you, this is one of our property, one of our listing right now on the market. This home has been on the market with Zillow because what most seller think that Zillow is the only, and not only seller, even by agents, they rely also on Zillow. But that's not what we do as an active and aggressive agent. This property was on the market for 8 days, 81 views, and only 11 sales. As you can see, the traffic here, the activities here are pretty low.
Hmm.
But if I show you the same exact property here, almost 8,000 view, 127 uh daily page, 9 favorites, and 1 share. So again, This is just a way of showing you how I will be able to maximize the exposure on your property. And why this is important to maximize the exposure, because more potential buy, if we have more potential buyers seeing your home, we're gonna have more activities in your property, and we're also going to have multiple offers. When we do have multiple offers, that switch the power over to us, which give us the ability to negotiate for something more or to get the best price that we can get on the market. Is that something that you really want?
Yeah, that makes sense. How are you gonna achieve that? I do see that you're getting the views, but how are you doing that?
Absolutely, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through that. But this is just to show you that there are buyers out there looking to buy. Doesn't matter the condition of the market. And my job is to find the buyer. So before we jump into the exact strategy that's gonna help you get this property, so I just wanna share with you that there are three reasons why a property won't sell. If you remember, I mentioned that your neighbor's reasons why it didn't sell, it might not be the same reasons how you. Maybe you just had a not too good agent with a bad marketing strategy. Maybe their home has foundation issue. So we don't know. There are three reasons why a property won't sell. The condition of the property might be one, the price might be the second one. Usually people say the location, but I like to say the agent because the agent is responsible of going through of helping the seller to price their home based on those three factors: condition, price, and location. Once we have that, and you also have an agent who has a good marketing strategy, you should be able to sell your property in the next few weeks or few months sometimes.
Hmm.
So the first thing that I do, Anna, beside whatever you already heard, MLS, Zillow, whatever,
Yeah.
I prospect on your property. What do I mean by that? Every single time your property is sold, you tell me, Noemi, I have the money in my bank account. I am speaking to 30 to 50 buyers and sellers looking to buy in this area or looking to sell in this area. I am talking about your property. I am talking to people who might be interested in real estate services in general or just information. So what is important to you? So first you might ask me, oh, well, where do you get those information? Where do you get those
Right.
buyers that are
I
gonna
was
speak
gonna ask you that, like,
services?
how do you get all that information and how do you
Yeah,
know?
that's a common question. So, because I am a local real estate agent, which means my team and I are experts in this area, we already have the tools and platforms that generate buyers online. So they are able, we have multiple properties. Like I say, EXP has been the number one transaction brokerage in the United States of America. So we already have built-in system online where buyers can see other properties in this area or any other area. They put the information in and then we get those information to us. They give us the ability to reach out to them, the consent to reach out to them. So when I list your home next week, I already have a database of buyers I'm going to reach out to. And maybe your property will be sold the first week as soon as we list your home, right? So isn't that what you want?
Yeah, I want it sold
Exactly.
if it's gonna be sold at all. Of course, I don't want to have it on the market for 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's why it's very important that you hire this time. And it doesn't matter who you work with. It's very important that you hire this time an agent who has the marketing in place, the system to generate buyers. A lot of people are so focused on just marketing the home, but do you have the system to get the data and get those buyers to you for your clients? That's what is very important. So again, we will be calling the entire list of the lead that we receive for your property. And then another thing that we do is we call the neighbors because you'll be surprised that your neighbor is actually a friend or family member who loved an area, who is always thinking or maybe thinking right now to move into this area. And we can do a off-market deal with your neighbor. So we make sure that all of your neighbors know that your property is for sale. Another thing that we do, and we make sure of it, I'm sure you know that there's a lot of properties on the MLS. We reach out to all of the agents who have sold in the past 90 days nearby your property. We want them to know that your property is for sale. We also send blast emails to 48 agents, 48,000 agents here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So they are going to receive your property. So my job is to maximize the exposure and generate buyers to your property to secure the highest amount, create maybe multiple offers and secure the highest amount that the current market will give to us. Is it something that you feel like this is what I want? At this point, usually seller starts me here like this is exactly what I was looking for. Where's the paperwork, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like more proactive than my last company for sure. The last company is not doing this. So I do see the value of active marketing.
absolutely. There is plenty more of strategy that we use, my team and I. And honestly, I don't wanna annoy you and go through everything. You're gonna be tired, but you're gonna start seeing every single week what we were able to do. So Anna, if you, because I'm confident that utilizing this strategy will actually get your property sold. If you feel as confident as I am today, are you able to get the property ready, put on the market, and get it sold?
Yeah, if I can get the price that I want, I think if the price, the numbers make sense to me and
Yeah.
it seems that you are very good at what you're doing, then yeah, I think if everything looks like it makes sense to me, I would yeah, I would list the property.
So absolutely, Anna, we just spoke about the CMA earlier, the comms together. We were able to agree on the price that's gonna help your property get sold. And I can tell that you really like this strategy for your property. Anna, why don't you just put me to work right now so we can get it sold?
Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna think about it. It is a big decision, it is a big decision.
So, and I understand that because yesterday when we spoke, you were really, really, really excited on meeting and getting this property sold before 6 months. So you were already on the market for 6 months. And I don't know, is there something particular that you would like to review again? Just maybe it wasn't too clear.
It's just that I feel like the pricing that we kind of talked about is a little on the lower side, and
Mhm.
I would like to get more for the property. It's a little bit low, to be honest, and it's certainly lower than the last agent who listed the property.
Okay, I had to pause. Okay, so I am presenting the marketing and me as a new agent utilizing whatever to get the whatever, get the property size sold. So I don't know, are we doing the price objection or are we doing why you or marketing objection?
Oh,
Because
let's yeah,
I'm
let me give you some new agent objections then. Okay.
okay,
Okay, so
you know that I will. Just
yeah.
okay, let me just acknowledge what you just said and then continue with that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to think. Sorry, guys.
No, you guys are doing great.
Okay, so Anna, I we were able to look over the CMA together, and like I said, with maximizing the exposure on your property, which can give us the ability to generate more buyers for your home, which means more offers, and more offers means more money for you. So the list price is never the sold price, you know. This is just to attract buyers to our property and then create some sort of, I don't know if you ever heard of auction strategy. Have you ever heard about that?
I mean, I've been to an auction.
Oh yeah, so you are familiar with that. So we just want to attract bees to our home, and then whoever has the most money here, we're gonna get it from that person. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, that makes sense. And just real quickly, you do mention that your company is the number one, and I'm sure it is. And I'm just wondering, you as an individual agent, have you sold any homes in this neighborhood?
So, like I mentioned, we have sold a lot of properties here in your specific neighborhood and around. Unfortunately, because I do not work alone, I cannot take the whole credit to myself. And I'm sure that you don't want to work with a single individual who has multiple houses on the market, who's like tired and can't even produce a lot or put in the work necessary for your home, right?
Right, that makes sense. But do you have the experience of selling in this neighborhood?
Absolutely. When you say experience, do you mean like do I know exactly what it's gonna take or what do I need to do to get your home sold?
I mean, just like having done it yourself.
Yes, 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 absolutely. I mean, the strategy that I'm showing you here, that's what's gonna get your home sold. And I don't know if I shared that with you on the email. I was able to show you the properties that we sold in this neighborhood. So
Hmm.
did you get that on the email?
Yeah, I just like I didn't have time to look at everything. I
Yeah.
just opened it up and checked real quickly.
Yeah, Anna. So I know your concern is that, you know what, I was already in the market for 6 months. I don't want to hire someone who's going to waste my time. And
Right.
clearly, what I just shared with you, it's definitely not going to waste your time. In fact, it's going to help you make the most money possible and sell it faster. Anna, I don't work alone. If you're looking for a single individual who's gonna get exhausted, I can't do that because I have to have all of the energy that I need to really prospect on your property, which means daily cold calling on your property. So I have to hire people who works with me, people who are going to do marketing campaign. Some agents actually go on the floor on in a neighborhood to door knock. So there's a lot, like I mentioned, I don't want to exhaust you with everything. So there's a lot that comes into getting your property sold.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Where do I
Yeah,
start?
here. Thank you. And thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to working with you and get this home sold. Oh gosh.
That was so good. Yeah, wow. Such a good salesperson.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so how do you feel about the listing presentation?
I like it, and I really like the fact that you're setting expectation. Okay, usually two things happens. You like my marketing strategy, you hire me, or we don't work together. I mean, it's your decision. I like that because you're setting the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I feel about my listing presentation is that I think I forgot that I was doing a brand new agent. But
Yeah.
again, I leverage. If you had come to me, I was like, yeah. I mean, for me, honestly, it's always the mindset: fake it till you make it. You don't need
Yeah.
to know the inside, behind the scene. It's what I'm telling you. Just believe me, and just playing with my confidence and just move along with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Because I was about to
so,
say, I can't really show them saying like I've sold 30 expired listings or like I've helped 40 like that I can't just show them that number because I haven't done that for myself.
I mean, hold on, experience. And I mean, let me just put real estate to the side. Anna, what was the first job that you ever got after college or after graduating from university? Exactly. Like, do you have the knowledge? Did you feel like you had I'm not gonna ask them like specific questions, but I'm gonna frame it to where I'm taking them back to their first ever job.
Hmm.
How not like the confidence that they had, the belief that they had they can provide a job. And then after that, they build experience. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah, it
that's what
does. Yeah.
I never had to practice that though.
And I want to add something too. I'm like doing my makeup, guys, so that's why I have my camera off.
Mhm.
But you guys did a really good job. I just wanted to jump in and say that I don't think that I've ever had a seller really, really press me about track record. Like they just don't. Like you just share what it is. And if you're brand new, you've never sold, I would rely on my team stats and then the company stats. And like you say it in a confident way, they're not going to press you and be like, well, how many houses have you sold? What is this? What it like that just doesn't happen. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Anyone has a feedback?
I have some feedback,
Yeah.
or you can go first. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm not sure who was talking. Okay, I guess I'll go. So, Noemi, I know the last time that you presented, I gave you the feedback that I got a little bit confused the way that you were presenting how you would get buyers from Zillow, etc. Well, today's presentation was really, really good because you slowed it down. You didn't go into too much detail, so you didn't lose her and you didn't lose me. So really great job with that. I just wanted to point that out. And also, I think you went into this presentation knowing that you kind of had it in the bag, per se, it could have been. Well, the
I
reason
think
I
it's
say that
just
is
the
because
mindset, you know. You know, I have been on multiple listing appointments that it's just the mindset. Yeah.
no, well, that's really good. I guess area for improvement when you said I'm confident, maybe slow that down a little more because you kind of sped through that. And in the very beginning, I made a note when she was asking you about, or no, when you were asking her about where do you check your market updates? Do you check activities on Zillow? I feel like you maybe went with a little bit of a condescending tone. Maybe someone else can jump on that, and maybe it wasn't just me or it was just me, but perhaps watch your tone so that the seller doesn't think, oh, this agent doesn't know what I'm doing, but I'm seeing the house down the street, it's not selling, so I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's the only other bit. One last thing I wanted to say, amazing with the tie downs. That's something I need to work on. You really presented information and at like the perfect time you would actually tie it down and say that's the type of agent you would be looking for, right? Or something like that. So really great job with where you put in your tie downs. Not too many, not too little. It was like perfect. So great work to both of you.
Okay. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, I
Thank you.
remembered. Yeah, because Shannara said that. I remember another feedback that I do have. I like the trial close. Like, if everything looks good, would you be ready to work with me? I like the trial close as well.
Okay. Thanks. So you're saying that when I say, do you check on Zillow? I didn't even add it to it, right?
Can someone else on the call jump on that? Did anybody catch that or was it just
Yeah,
me?
yeah, but I felt more like the way that she speaks, but it can cross to a different culture as a like cognizant. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it is a lot about those things I notice with me, a lot about culture. Sometimes we say in a way that for us is nothing, but for the other person, it may weird. Like a lot of time in my life, I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that. I had said something in a way that the other across is about culture, I think.
Maybe I just have to act more, like be more like an actor and trying to mimic maybe the American culture, how people say, you know, like
Yeah, not
people
only the
tell
cultural
you something
personality,
back,
she
you have
has
to
Yeah.
that
like respond.
personality.
Can I
Yeah.
jump?
And
Oh, sorry. It's Denisha. I wanted to jump in a little bit with that. So I
Mhm.
didn't take it that way. I feel like when Naomi was talking and she was saying that it's her niche, like a lot of times, if it's expired or if you have experience, that's usually the tool that most people use. So I felt like it was just, I feel like it was assumptive, but I didn't feel like it was condescending. It's like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. Are you using Zillow? Most people, maybe she should say most people kind of reference Zillow because that is one tool that's available to the public. Maybe she could add that in there. But when you've been doing something for a long time and it's your niche and a niche client or niche avatar, they usually kind of use the same tools that have the same problem. So I didn't find it that way at all.
that's a good point. I will say I wrote the three questions that you asked me because I was taking some notes that helped me as well to learn. First, you asked, do you usually check market updates? And then you asked, do you check activities on Zillow? And she said no. And then you asked, so where do you get your market updates? So again, it could be a cultural thing, it could really just be person to person and personality, but maybe a way that could have been the last question, where do you get your market updates? You could have maybe asked her, like, how are you sure about what's happening? Are you seeing your neighbors' homes not selling? Instead of asking, where do you get market updates, where it could come across as condescending depending on the personality. It's tough, but overall, you did great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I will rewatch the video.
the when you are talking about that you were gonna give in 3 reasons why not sell the home,
Mhm.
then you went to other things about Zillow and all that, and I was like, oh, where is the 3 things? The good thing is that you went back to your thought And then you expose the three things, the condition of the property, price too high, the agent. So I was like, oh, okay, I like that you went back and pointed out so clearly. Also, I like that we use a lot of we sold homes, and I cannot take the credit to myself. And even when moreover, because explaining that you have so much to do that you have to have a team. I think that's a really good envelope for us as a new listing agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
You
after.
did.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Wait, Gabby.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to give you my feedback because I think that you did a really good job. One thing that I was a little bit curious about, you guys did the pre-qualification before getting on the call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if a seller told me, "Well, I don't think I'm going to sell anymore," and I get to the listing presentation, I would be thinking in my head, "What the hell?" Because on the pre-qual, you're going to find out that they do want,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to go on an appointment where they're saying that they don't want to sell anymore, right? That'd be a waste of time. So I'm assuming that you would flesh that out in a real listing presentation because you would only be going on a presentation if somebody, really wanted to sell, right? And you found out
Yeah.
their motivation. Um, Second piece to this is in the beginning, and again, I'm doing my makeup, so I don't know, maybe I missed this, maybe I didn't, but in the beginning, I didn't hear you confirm her motivation, where she was going, why she wanted to sell, and exactly when she needed to be there. You confirmed multiple times you don't want to sit on the market for 6 months, correct? You did that part, but you didn't confirm the motivation, right?
So she never told me um the why she was selling. She said that was very private during the prequel. And I
Okay.
did confirm the length of her, like by what time she needs to move out. She told me also in the prequel was 6 months, and I told her that we have enough time to market our home correctly to get the most
Okay.
money possible. Also for, yeah, she kind of threw me off like right at the beginning. Oh, I'm not saying, what do you mean you're not selling anymore? You just
Yeah.
Because okay, let me explain. I'm only doing that because I'm getting that from my appointment
yeah,
today. So I text, I sent it to, I sent it to
yeah.
Naomi. Yeah, she know what happened. So like, I was texting her in the morning because our appointment's at 3 p.m. We set an appointment. She told me she wanted to move out of state. She told me she needed sold before next May. She told me all of that. And then this morning, she's like, I decided to not sell. I meant to call you earlier. I decided to not sell anymore. The market condition is not good. I'm going to wait till next year. So,
But she told you that before you come to the
Yeah,
appointment.
before you came. That's the whole point,
Like,
is because you're gonna
at
flesh
the
that all
appointment?
out.
right, right.
Okay.
'Cause I'm just like acting like her, like I changed my
Yeah,
mind minute and then I didn't cancel the appointment and we're still here talking. So I was just trying to, give her a difficult objection.
I
yeah, for
see.
sure. And I think,
So,
go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, Naomi, go ahead.
No, what I wanted to say is that when you say that in my mind, two things can happen with the real seller. Either I'm like, if the price is very unrealistic, I know the market is tough and all, I'm like, okay, then I guess we're done here. I will say that in a more professional way.
Right.
And I like the fact how this is actually, I think, my first time how I handled that. Someone telling me on the listening presentation, oh, I'm not sitting anymore. I was able to bring you back to, why do you think your home, why you change your mind because you think it's not going to sell? Okay, why do you think it's not going to sell? Because on your neighbors who's not selling. And then I think I kind of help. I think I like the fact that I help you take me back to your mind or why you're thinking that and modify that mindset and then show you how it's gonna get sold this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you handle it was really skillful because I think if it was me, to be honest, I would have just be like, hey, I would just jump in and tell her, hey, the houses are selling, but I really like you did some discovery, like, hey, where'd you get this information from? What made you think that it's not selling? What made you think the market is not good? I love that you kind of like ask more questions before you kind of try to handle the objection.
Yeah, I think that was really good too.
Yeah, I think that was really good. And I liked how you use the Mike Ferry script, right? Three things can happen at the end of this presentation. And I love that part of the Mike Ferry script because you're future pacing them on what to expect. Like, we are going to sign at the end of this, or, the option of, I might not decide to take your listing. Like I love that because it puts the power back on us, right? Mr. Seller, the only reason I wouldn't take your listing is if we could not agree on price. So I liked how you kind of intertwined that dialogue into your overall presentation. I loved your attitude, your confidence throughout. I love how you handled the when she was kind of pressing you about your experiencing, reiterating the we, like there was very little hesitation from your side, which is so powerful in responding to her, right? And just reiterating the stats of the company. Yes, we have sold locally. Yes, I sent you a list because you pre-qualified so well, so you know that she was going to give you that objection and you came prepared. That was good. The only thing that I would say for feedback, man, I actually, it slipped me. I'll let you know if
Mhm.
I remember because that was the
Yeah.
things that stood out.
I love that you guys also know about that script. Like one of three things will happen. Number
Yeah.
one, for the
I
match.
actually learned that from, I think every coach, they learn more things from Mike Ferry. That's what I think.
I don't know that script, guys.
That is a script I'm literally practicing.
I
So
don't,
every single day, I in the
I
morning,
didn't know it either.
yeah.
I
So
don't know.
yeah. So basically, you tell them, you get on there, you're like, hey, thank you for this opportunity. And can I share with you my mission statement? They say yes. And you say, my mission is to meet or expect your expectation. And in order for me to do that, I have a couple of quick questions. Is it okay for me to ask? And they're like, yes. Okay. So typically one of three things happens in a appointment like this. One, you like what I have to offer and you hire me. Secondly, we don't work together, which happens occasionally. And the third is I may decide to turn the opportunity down because because your goals or expectations cannot be met in this marketplace. And I would rather turn you down today than disappoint you in 6 months. So like that, yeah, that's the script that I've been practicing. Yeah.
Nice.
cool. Well,
Script. I like that. I like that a lot. And y'all said that's a Mike Ferry, not Tom Ferry. That's a Mike Ferry.
No, Mike Ferry is the original salesman. So everything is from Mike
yeah,
Ferry. Like even what you
that's
just
what
said,
I
Anna is a
realized.
ripoff of Mike Ferry. That's not the original Mike Ferry script, but it's very similar. Yeah.
Where is there a way that I can find like where I can find that? Is it easy like to download somewhere or do you have to
Yeah,
pay?
just go on his website. If you go on MikeFerry.com, you can download the script book, and that's the listing presentation.
That's a copy, guys. I appreciate that.
Also, Noemi, I can't wait for this one to be on YouTube because I am going to transcribe this listing presentation as soon as you put it up. So please
Okay.
don't hesitate.
Thank you so much. Hi. All right, so Mastermind, I'm gonna pull you guys into the room and everybody else, enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys. Bye.
Okay, so